Going to college is important and looked upon as necessary in today's world. But is it worth paying back for the rest of your life? Being a college student myself, I have seen firsthand just how much money I will owe my college in tuition and other fees. The college student debt total in 2019 is $1.5 trillion, the highest it's ever been, and college students are suffering trying to pay for an education they need and deserve, which is why lowering tuition rates is necessary. Since everyone in this class is either enrolled in college part-time or full-time, you are most likely included in this statistic. In my speech, I will address the problems of student loan debt epidemic, the causes to this issue, and then finally propose a solution. The problem with the student debt epidemic is that students cannot financially support themselves on their own after college because they don't fully understand or know just how much their college education will cost them. According to Alan Colleen in his book, Student Loan Scam, 70% of students leave with loans because when considering colleges to attend, they don't recognize the school's cost as a primary factor and don't weigh out the financial implications. Also, recent graduates are not finding adequate jobs right out of school and are expected to start paying back their loans immediately. Once out of school, there is also a lot of unpredictability in life that puts stress on these young adults. In Lindsay Almond's article, The Road Less Fragile, she explains that there is a continuous struggle to make ends meet with post-secondary, low-income students, and minor setbacks can turn into financial emergencies. Now that you've addressed the problem, I will explain the causes. The first cause of student debt are the loan rates because they are too high, unreasonable, and according to Almond, can prevent students from continuing their education and earning a degree, even when they're performing well academically. Another cause is that students need to pay for basic necessities while in school, such as food, clothing, and housing. And these expenses are directly connected to their ability to complete their degrees, states Almond. The last cause is that students are not receiving adequate or any financial aid or federal money due to race. A study by Baum and Steele included in Amanda Baker's Implications of Financial Concerns found that Black bachelor's degree recipients are more likely to have borrowed more in student loans than any other race, showing structural inequality. Not all loans are available to everyone. 1 in 10 community college students lack access to federal student loans because their school has chosen not to provide them, states Almond. This is unfair and unequal to community college students when compared to state and private universities. Now that I have covered the causes of student loan debt, I will propose my solution. The clear solution to this outrageous price of student loans is to reduce the price of college tuition. Even though college is important in continuing your education after high school, prospective students are turning away because of the expense. State governments are failing to adequately fund their colleges and universities. Federal government policy on student aid is at the expense of the institution rather than based on individualized factors and needs. Colleen also addresses that providing low tuition, government-funded colleges and universities will increase higher education enrollment rates. This solution will promote post-secondary education at a minimal cost. Now that you've heard more about the rising student loan debt in the U.S., I hope you consider the idea of lowering college tuition rates so students can feel more financially stable and not be drowning in debt. Throughout my speech, I have addressed the problem of the student loan epidemic in the U.S., discovered the causes of this issue, and finally explored a solution to lower this debt. I hope I have made you more aware of this problem in the U.S. and that something needs and can be done about this. Currently, student loan debt is $1.5 trillion, as I said in the beginning. And in order to make that number decrease, we need to change the current state and federal educational laws to fight for an education that is valuable and reasonable.